Alright, so in this video we're checking out the HDBox from AxisFlying. So in a nutshell, this is basically like a mini computer. I believe it is somewhat based on a Raspberry Pi, although I don't really understand or know the technical details behind the project. It is using firmware or software that was developed in collaboration with the developers from DigiView. So if you guys remember, I made a video a while back where you can output your video from your DJI FPV goggles to your phone using the DigiView app, which you can get on the Play Store now. This is basically the same thing. It's using the same technology or programming to acquire the video signal from your DJI FPV goggles so you can output it to a bigger screen. And in this case, you can use either USB-C or DisplayPort, or in this case a mini HDMI cable, which they do include. This is the cable they include. This is a mini HDMI to an HDMI cable that's included with the HDBox, and they also include a USB-C cable as well. This is going to go from the HDBox to your goggles to acquire the video feed. Now it does require power. I believe you need at least something that can output 30 watts of power via USB-C. So I'm going to be using a power bank over here on the right for that, but it does not come with a power supply. So keep that in mind. You will need to have your own power supply to turn this on, because the power supply that is included with the monitor, which is a separate purchase by the way, is not enough to turn this on. So you do need something that's at least, I believe, 30 watts to turn this on. So in the box you also get some basic specs and also a wiring diagram on how to put everything together. So you can output to like a display, like a TV or something like that for HDMI, or in this case a portable LCD display here that'll be showing you the video on. In the bundles that you'll see in some of the links in the description, this will come with either a 8.9 inch screen or a 15.6 inch screen. Also, the version that I have here is without the heatsink, or the fan, sorry, but has a heatsink. So this one should be silent. I don't believe there's a fan inside. There's another one that's a little bit bigger with a fan on top for additional cooling, but I'm told that there is actually no real need for the fan unless you're using this in an outdoor environment that's extremely hot. I think they said over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So under normal conditions, if you're using this outside, the non-fan version should be okay. Okay, so I'm going to connect all this up together. There's a lot of wires and stuff here that you're going to have to put together. Okay, so a quick message from our sponsor, VRWave. If you're looking for some high quality diopters for your DJI FPV goggles, these are some ones to check out. I did a review on them a while back. I'll link that in the video description. So these diopters will correct for nearsightedness, farsightedness, and astigmatism. They have options for a blue light filter and anti-glare coating. And of course, they protect the stock lenses from being scratched. For more information, go to www.vr-wave.store or check the link in the description. And we thank VRWave for sponsoring this video. Alright, so I finally got all this connected up and powered on, and it's working. This is several hours later after I was having some issues getting this stuff to connect following the diagram and the instructions. So I'm going to tell you exactly how I have this connected so you don't run into the same problems that I did. I had to contact AxisFlying directly and have them diagnose the issues I was having. So this cable here, which is going to the power, goes to my power supply. This cable is actually for the monitor. This did not come with the HDBox. I am using the AxisFlying USB-C cable here in the DisplayPort USB port in the back. That is going here to the monitor. However, there's two ports here on the side. You want to use the one in the middle. The one on the bottom does not work, and then the one on top there is the mini or micro HDMI. That obviously won't work. I was originally plugging it in here on the bottom. That did not work, so I would power on the HDBox, and then I would get no video. Also, you don't need to power on this monitor if you have this monitor set up separately. It's going to get power from the HDBox to power the monitor through that port. So what you do is you plug it in. Obviously, you plug in the monitor to the HDBox before you power it on. Obviously, plug in the HDBox to power. Then when you power this on, this will boot up. The monitor will turn on, and then the HDBox will boot up, and then you get this nice little display, the screen here with the current settings. I do have a update for the HDBox that I'm going to apply through the micro SD card here shortly, but I'm going to just show you briefly how this is connected up and get the video from the goggles on here really quickly before I do the update. And then I believe the update has the DVR function, or the video record function, that is not on the current release that I have here. Alright, so I got another USB-C cable here and the USB, it's marked USB over here. That white cable is going to the goggles, and you can see it's right there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll power that on. I'm going to power on the quad, obviously, to give it video to the goggles. And you do have to have the auto temperature protection feature turned off. Otherwise, you will not get video. It's the same limitation that the DigiView app has. Okay, so now we have video. This screen has a ton of glare. I wish they would use some sort of a matte screen. I think there's a screen protector in the box, but I'm not sure if it's a anti-glare screen protector or not. But anyway, yeah, that's the video coming from the quad to the goggles and into the HDBox, and then finally into the screen. And this is the message you get on the screen when the goggles are disconnected or if you lose video. Over here in the upper right is the settings. You can click on that. And then these are basically the same settings that are in the smartphone app. So you can change it to conservative, aggressive, legacy, etc. And you can see here it is powered by DigiView. And then when you're in this interface here using the touchscreen, if you want to go back, on the keyboard it's the escape key, I believe, but over on the touchscreen you just come from the bottom and swipe up. And then it'll go back, swipe up again, and it goes back to the main screen. So if you're wondering how to go back once you've tapped something, just come from the bottom and swipe up. That will be the back button essentially. Okay, so we got some other things here. Lightning, Betaflight configurator, Axis, and settings. So Lightning is their browser, so they actually didn't show you this part. So this actually has Wi-Fi on the monitor, so you can actually connect to your Wi-Fi network. So if you hit settings here, so apparently you have to double tap. Okay, so trying to angle this so that you don't see too much glare. But if you go into settings here, you can set up your network. I have it already connected to my network. Just put in your password. You can go to device preferences here. You can change your language, set the date, time, and you hit the reboot. And again, to go back, you have to swipe up. But yeah, once you have it connected to the internet, you can use the browser if you want, and you can use the Betaflight configurator. So we'll go into here, and this is essentially, I think it's 10.7, I believe. Yeah, so they're using a configurator of 10.7.0-preview. And at the time of this video, 10.7.1 is already out, so you can get this little error message or notice here if you want to update. I don't know how to update the software on here. I am going to do an update here that's going to add additional features, and I think it's going to add the DVR function. So this little program here called Axis is obviously the goggle view. When you plug in the goggles and power it on, it automatically goes into that. But if you want to go into it separately, just double tap that and it'll bring that up. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do the update for the HDBox. This adds the DVR functionality. So I have the zip file on the main folder of this micro SD card, and I'm just going to go ahead and put it in here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and power this on. Okay. Okay, so after it powered on, I got this little notification on the screen And it says an update package was found. Would you like to install it? I'll go ahead and install it. And I'm assuming it's going to finish the install and reboot. Okay, so it did that system update, and I don't know if you guys can see this or not. This looks like it's Android. This is congratulations, upgrade succeeded. You want to delete the file? That's fine. And now we have another app on here. It's called MPV. I think it's just for recording video. So let's go ahead and give that a try. Alright, so I got it, same quad connected up. So over here in the, obviously this is the goggle view. Over here on the right, there's a little button. It's kind of hard to see. There's like a record button there. So you have to press that. Then you see a little timer. So I'm just going to record a little video here. And by the way, latency on this system is the same, very high, like the smartphone, you can't fly through it. It's just for spectators only. And let's go ahead and stop that. And let's go ahead and exit out of here. Go into the DVR. Okay, so now we have a couple of files here. Let's open that up. Yep. And I think that's the one I just recorded. So yeah, now we have video record functionality on the HDBox. Okay, I think that's going to do it for this one. Pretty long video. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Links down in the video description. This comes in a variety of different combinations, so you might want to look at all of those. It'll just go to, like, I think Pyro drone cells are currently, and you'll see a whole bunch of different ones there. This one here is the 8.9-inch version with the HDBox without the fan. So you can get other different combinations if you want. Check out the links down in the video description, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.